A lot of couples start out on the right track. They talk openly and really listen to each other. But sometimes as a relationship evolves, there is a breakdown in communication, which can lead to all sorts of emotions ranging from frustration to resentment. Recently, relationship expert T.C. Brantley shared advice for women. Today, the tables are turned.
Yes.
And it's the men's turn, T.C.
It's the men's turn.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So when we all start dating, we're all into each other.
All into each other. The pheromones are going crazy. The hormones going crazy. We're in love. But sooner or later, we wake up. Oh my God, I married you. So that's what happened.
But when you're dating, you're talking to each other,
Yes.
you're listening
Yes.
intently,
Yes.
you're learning more about each other. So what happens?
But the problem is that the subject matter is always about love, about romance, about sex. It's not about, well, how are we going to raise the kids? Where are we going to live at? What's your feeling about discipline? All those types of things are not talked about until after you get married. And then all of a sudden now, I didn't know that you believed that.
Okay, so when you have that initial relationship, when you are in love.
Yes.
So when does it start evolving to that kind of conversation before you start thinking about marriage?
Usually, couples start getting serious after the kids come, but that's a bad advice. That's why you have a good marriage counselor. Hi. Early in your marriage, because you're trying to have all the potholes filled. People spend $20,000, $30,000 on a wedding, but won't spend a dime on their marriage. That's why marriages fail.
Okay, so we're talking about the men now.
Yes.
So what happens to the guy?
Very simple. We guys we are scared of talking. We're scared of it because we have to do something that we're not comfortable with. Our fathers and teachers, and then when we did talk, it was about sports and sex. It wasn't talking about intimacy, how a woman thinks, because you got to think all the time.
Okay, as a mom of a son, I have a son, I tell him all the time, you've got to share what you're thinking.
We don't want to share because we're afraid you guys might booby trap us and kill us in the meantime. That's
we
why
would never do that.
I know you don't say it, but your mouth does it. And then you look at us differently. So that's why a lot of guys hold things in. That's why a very powerful statistic is this. Women attempt suicide more than men, but men commit suicide more than women because we hold so much in, and then next thing we know, we're exploding.
Okay, so how does a guy break through that?
He has to break through that because he has to understand that if I love her, and this is very simple, guys, when it comes to sex especially, just like you want to be inside of your wife, I'll keep it nice, she wants to be inside of your head. So that's why I tell men, as much as you want to be inside of her, she wants to be inside of your brain. So let it out, let it loose. And the more you do that, the more she'll give back to you.
But it's not easy to do that. So can you give me examples?
Again, do it every day. Practice makes perfect. And behave, Brantley. And just like you want to make practice with the bedroom, take practice with your wife. Talk to her. Don't talk about how the weather. Talk about how you're feeling. The last mistake I made, how you're feeling about it, and also it's helping her heal, because women heal by talking, not by being silent.
Okay, so they need to keep that in mind.
They have to do it. Again, we are not prone to talk to our wives. We're not prone. Our fathers and teachers, so we have to do it every day.
So it's not in your makeup, is that what you're saying?
It's not. We have testosterone, and women have estrogen, and testosterone tells us make a lot of love, not a lot of talking.
But you do have the ability, because I know a lot of guys who are in touch with their feminine side.
Yes, they are, but the problem is they'll do it with other guys, but not with their wives, because again, they're afraid of the consequences. Well, if I don't want to mess up Nuki tonight, because I want Nuki tonight, so I don't want to mess it up, so they be quiet, and that's the worst. A woman wants to hear what's going on inside of you.
Okay, so then a woman has a role in this.
A woman has a role in that. For example, when he starts talking, don't interrupt him. Don't let the man talk. Let the man talk. And then when he's done, give him comments, then let him talk again. But again, guys have to take the forefront. We're the leaders. Take the lead, brothers, and talk to your wives regularly about how they're doing, not about how you're doing, because that's selfishness. And selfishness kills a marriage every single time.
Okay, so like what kind of topics are we talking about?
Oh, we talk about the kids. We talk about how to parent together. I mean, it's funny. We came together to create those kids. They're going to coming together to parent those kids. Talk about taking vacations together. I don't know, hold the foolishness of taking vacations. Separate vacations, the devil's a lie. You take vacations together. I won't get ready for her. What did you marry? Anyway, so you talk about those serious things, also past issues that have not been resolved. There are a lot of elephants and there are a lot of circuses in a lot of households in Connecticut, because a lot of elephants haven't been talked about, and they're taking up the whole living room, the bedroom, and especially everywhere else where you want to be with your spouse.
Yeah, it does need to be talked about, because women love to raise the issue over and over again if it's not resolved.
And here's what I tell men: when you start the conversation, you're in control. If she starts it, she's in control. So you'd rather be in control than out of control.
Oh my goodness.
Behave, Brantley.
Okay.
Behave.
All right, you got an app. I'm going to tell everybody about your app.
Yes, I have a Strong Marriage app. It's on iPhone, Android. Download it, Strong Marriage app. Get all the information. Our shows with you guys on Connecticut Style. Also, future events, you can get them on our app as well. And I'm also celebrating 28 years with my lovely wife, Jackie Brantley, June 21st, 1986, amen, 12 p.m.
Okay, can you, really quickly, what are you going to do for her?
That's happened already.
Oh, okay.
It happened already. It was good, too.
Oh, sure it was.
Yeah.
Okay.